Hi everyone, today I want to do a video tutorial for you on this new fun card closure I've come up with using the Scallop Tag Topper punch. Now those of you that have this punch may have seen some other really great ideas out there, and in fact you've probably had a bit of a play doing this closure type that's been out in Blogland for quite a while. I've even got a video tutorial on how to make this fun closure. If you haven't seen it, go back through my YouTube channel and you'll find it. It basically uses this the punch to create this fun little sort of closure that you tie ribbon, twine, something like that through to close the front of the card. Now using the same principle, I wanted to be able to make a card that I could maybe give to a boy that didn't involve ribbon or twine or anything frilly. So I decided to use the little candy dot brad bases as a closure and turn the little scallop tag topper into more of a buckle sort of design. So I'm calling this my scallop buckle closure card. And basically all that happens is that you sort of lift that front there and it slips off those brads there and opens up, and it's just a normal standard size card. And basically then it just, the little notches in the punch slip over these brads like this and this. It's hard to do it on camera, but then it closes like that. Fits in a standard envelope. So I wanted to show you quickly how you would go about creating this card. So to make this one, you'll need a couple of items, guys. You'll need just Scallop Tag Topper punch, and you'll need some brads. I'm using the candy dot brad bases again because I really love these, and if anyone's been watching my vlog, I've been using the candy dots in an incredible amount. But you'll just need a brad or something to close it, and then you'll need some cardstock. Now, for me, in Australia here, our standard card size is 5 7/8 by 4 1/8. So I've cut my cardstock to 5 7/8 inches long. For those that have a shorter standard card height, in the US, for example, 5 1/2 inches, I think it might be for you girls, you can just cut it to 5 1/2 inches. Across this way, however, it's a 6-inch cut there. So you can all do that one, but cut it however tall your standard card is. You'll also need a bit of normal insert for your card. So whatever you sort of really cut your insert for your standard cards, you can use that size. You will need some paneling for the front. Because the front panel is about 2 inches, well, it's 2 inches wide, I've just cut a piece of matting that is slightly shorter than the 2 inches and slightly shorter than the 5 7/8 for me tall. So this one for me works out at 1 7/8 by 5 3/4. The two other little bits that you will need to form your buckle are 1 1/2 inches wide by 2 1/2 inches tall. We still do trim them down a little bit. You could cut them a bit smaller, like 1 1/4 inches wide, but you have to be really quite precise when you're using your tag topper punch. I prefer to have them wider and trim them down, and I'll show you exactly what I mean in a second. So you're going to start by scoring your card base here. So along the 6-inch side, I'm just going to grab my little trimmer back in here, well, the trimmer and scoring tool back in here. You want to score at 2 inches on the 6-inch side. So let me do that. And then basically you're just going to fold along that 2-inch line. Okay, so once you've done that, I'm going to go ahead, with this version here, I only used one layer of designer series paper before I stuck my my closures on. For this one, I've got a designer series paper layer, and I've also got a bit of a stamped layer. So I'm going to stick my little closure elements between these two layers. If you only want one layer, you're going to stick them to this front section here. So how about we make the closure bits first? That might be a good idea. So you've got your little 1 1/2 by 2 inches. Basically all you're going to do is pop them into the tag topper punch and try to roughly center them. That's what you want. So that one. So when you've got them cut, you'll see, even though I've tried my best to keep them relatively centered, I've got a small little kick out on this side and a larger one on here. This is what I mean about if I give myself 1 1/2 inches wide, I can bring my trimmer back in here, which I'll need to go out for, and I can actually trim these down so that I've actually got a little closure that's just as wide as where that last little scallop sort of indents in there. Now let me see if I can show you a bit better. I'm just getting rid of, when it comes down to this second lump here, just getting rid of that. So I've got a nice sort of neat closure there. So I'm going to do that for the other one as well. So there you have it, guys. You just got two little closures there. Now that just, cutting them a bit wider just takes the pressure off getting them exactly right in the punch. Now for this one I went ahead and embossed them, but I'm just going to leave them plain on this guy. So if you're not going to put too many layers on the front panel here, you want to make sure you put your closure elements and adhere them to this very front panel here like this. But I'm just going to quickly lay down my designer series paper layer. Okay, so I've got my designer series paper layered on the front here. Now what I'm going to do is put some double-sided tape down. And you will need double-sided tape to put your closures on, guys, just to make sure they're happy, and they stay nice and securely fastened to your little front panel here. So then all I do is I get my little tag closures here, and you can really put them anywhere you want, but what you want to try and do is make sure that you pay attention to where your holes will end up. So you don't sort of want them too close because you won't have enough leverage to sort of get them out. So you want them as long as possible, and you just want them on relatively nice and square. So I'm just going to stick one there, and I'm going to stick the other one there like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this lovely decorative cover over the top so that you can't see any of this yucky underneath. So there's my front panel sort of all on and nice and secure. Now the inside card panel, I've gone ahead and already stamped it with the little superhero dog from the Cool Kids stamp set. And this is where now I'm going to put my brads through. Now you don't stick this piece down until you've actually put the brads in. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to grab a pencil or a pen, and I'm going to use a black pen so that it's a little bit easier to see. You're going to temporarily put this lining in so that it's exactly where you want it in the end, and then you're just going to use your pen and you're going to mark on that white cardstock the top little recess hole in there. So you can see, you're just going to put a mark there and there because that's where your brads are going to go. So then remove this. Grab your piercing mat and your paper piercer, and you're going to put, let's show you, you're going to put 2 holes there and there where your brads are going to go. Take your candy dot brad bases or whatever brads you're going to do. Now the trick is here too, guys, I hope you can see on the side, don't push it all the way super flat or you won't be able to get your cardstock in and out from behind that. So I sort of just push it to relatively all the way through, but leave a little bit of gap there. So I just don't give it too much of a press down, but you just want to be able to have a bit of wriggle room under there. Can you see? Hopefully you can see, it's very tight in there, but you want to have your brads up just a wee way. So I'm going to do this other one. Now I recommend that you do use double-sided tape on the back of this piece because you're going to be having a fair bit of pressure on these brads opening and closing if you do it as many times as I do. So just put some double-sided tape on the back, and particularly just on the back of those brads to make sure they're there, and then you can take the backing off. So with your double-sided tape on the back, guys, you're going to bring your card in. Now what I tend to do is I tend to put hook my scallops over those the brads to start with. Now it's a bit tricky here because I've taken the tape off. Probably should have done that after I did this. Like that, so that they're on there ready to rock and roll. Okay, now it's probably a good time to take your tape off. I should really think that through, shouldn't I? And this is how I've done it before. And then what I do is I lay it down so that it's nice and even inside here. So you've got an even border, top, bottom, and in this side bit here. And then I just I'm going to just close the card base down like that. When I flip it over, it's all locked and loaded, ready to go. Then I just grab a couple of little candy dots. Voila, so there's our scallop buckle closure card done. And so if you just push lightly on there, opens up, and then you just have to have a little bit of flex in these ones. And once you've done it a few times, you do get it on and off quite easily. Okay, so there you go. I hope you have fun making that card, guys. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know. Okay, bye.